Hey guys, it's Morgan. Welcome back to another weekly Shlog. Sorry we missed a week. We were in Hawaii goofing off at the Hard Enduro, the Enduro Fest is what they called it. IRC Enduro Fest in Oahu. It was so much fun. Make sure you check out that video if you haven't yet. And I'm excited to get back at it. It's springtime. It's about to get nuts here in Western Colorado. We got a lot of cool stuff coming today. We got a lot of cool stuff coming for this video. Stick with us. Here we go. All right, first on the lift is the 300 that we put a carburetor on that we had a little bit of a hard time starting. If you remember that, it's a few Schlogs back, or maybe, I can't remember if I did a specific video. No, it was a Schlogs back. It just wasn't starting. It would start every day. If you started it within 5 days or 6 days of killing it, it was fine. 7 days, it wouldn't start, and I definitely confirmed that. Charged the battery up, and it seemed like it started just fine, but then I let it sit here and test it again, waited a week, and it didn't start. So then I took the carburetor apart, looked in there, found some dirt and stuff. I think that's what I had on video. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's the problem. Got that cleaned out. And then I thought that it was good, but then I just got back from being gone, and I started it again, and it didn't want to start, but then I leaned it over, let the carb flood a little bit, tipped it back up, and it fired right up. So it's like the choke circuit isn't working, or maybe we just need a little bit bigger pilot jet. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to take the carb off again, take a look at the choke circuit, make sure that's working good. And then if that's good, I'm going to go ahead and put a bigger pilot jet in it, and then we got to let it sit again, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, let's take this thing off. We'll take a look at the choke circuit. All right, guys, got her off. The classic PWK key in, and so I'm just checking the choke circuit. Definitely opens when you open it, which I knew that was happening. So now we need to take the float bowl off and check all the circuits in there and make sure that it's actually open, because this was a brand new carburetor when we put it on. But I'm wondering if maybe there's something either from manufacturing or, you know, who knows, that is blocking that choke circuit, because it just seems odd that it would have a problem. And the jetting should be good. It's pretty rich, which I like on the bottom already, but if the choke is all working good, then I'm going to put a bigger pilot in it, and we'll do another test. Now that we've eliminated the battery and any dirt or anything like that in here, and it seems like since I can lean it over and flood it and it starts right up, seems like it's definitely a fuel delivery situation. Here you go, guys. That right there is the choke pickup. So what we're going to do is I'm going to unscrew this part of the choke, take that out, and then we're going to blow. I want to blow softly through it first and see if it's restricted. Then I'll take an air gun and blow through it, make sure it's all blown out. But the problem with just blowing through it with an air gun now is that if there was something in there, you don't know that you cleaned something out. So I want to kind of check and make sure that that's what's causing it. Obviously, just inspect it, make sure nothing looks weird. Hard to tell. You know what? I have this. It's just 6-in-1 lid, which is really not what we want in there, but we can put the straw in that hole, and we can see if we go easy on it, if it comes out. All right, definitely blowing through there. Since I don't think there was anything causing that problem, I'm going to check this whole pilot circuit, but then also probably just put a little bit bigger pilot in it. It's already to 38, so we'll go to a 40. All right, guys, let's check it out. It's going to start now because I just started it before by tipping it over. So let's see. I'm going to tune this carb a little bit, and then we're going to have to park the thing for another week. All right, so what I did right there at the end was I pulled the choke to see if it made any difference, and you heard it rev up. So that's actually good. That means that it's still maybe a little bit lean for being cold, which is good. You want that. I mean, you want, when you pull the choke on a two-stroke and hit the button or kick it or whatever, you want it to kind of rev up for a little bit, and then, you know, turn it off when it's all warm. So that's good. I think because I was a little worried by putting that bigger pilot jet in, it would get too rich, and then that wasn't actually the problem we were hunting. But it seems like we might be on the right track. All right, guys, so now it's time for a little bit of mail time. Really excited about these things I got. I bought these things for myself, and I'm pretty excited about it. So first is this. Yeah, hang on. First up is this new Risk Racing hose bender. I really like the Fly Racing one that you just put on a normal hose. This works really great. I've been selling these and using these for a long time, and I really like them. This is a new kind of way of doing the same thing, but you get a new hose at the same point. Let me just show you kind of how this works. So put this in, this just threads in like it would here. I'll show you how that works. And it comes with an O-ring, which is really nice, which should hopefully help keep it from leaking. The other ones don't really have a good seal. So at least I haven't been able, it's like pipe thread. So happy about that. Then it's got a nice little aluminum cap here. You take this off, then you take this and you go and you hook it around that, and then it bends it. You can tip it, fill your tank. It's got this to hook it. So let's install it on the gas can and see. This is going to be a good test because I've chewed this up trying to get that to seal. This one just doesn't seal very well. All right, threads in perfect. Now, so this thing is made to go like this. Oh, like this. So this is not facing the right way. That's okay because it's just been pre-bent in its little packaging. But this spins around. So if we put it over here, yeah, there we go. We can loosen that. We can turn the insert maybe. There we go. That's cool. So we just turn that to face over here. I guess the other thing, it comes with this clamp down here, so I could have loosened that. Actually, let's try that because it's already, the hose is kind of bent. So let's try loosening this one. I'll rotate, there we go. That is really nice, guys. Honestly, I don't know why I'm so excited about a hose for a gas can, but it's pretty sweet. There we go. So, like I said, when you're traveling, you just take your aluminum cap, tighten that down, all good to go, sealed up. Then when you're ready to fill, pull that. Like that. Pretty sweet. I like that a lot. I really do like this a lot, so it doesn't want to go into the tank like on KTM, they got that wide mouth, which is nice. This will hook on the edge and keep it from wanting to go in. Now, I don't know. It's probably not going to be awesome for quick fill, like super fast, because it's kind of a small nozzle. So there's probably other options that might be better for going fast filling. Obviously, a dry brake is the way to go if you want to go really fast. But I like it. I think that's pretty cool, guys. So there it is, guys. Risk Racing hose bender. They're $22.99. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. You got to buy, when you buy a can these days, you got to buy a hose anyway. Most of them don't come with a hose if you buy the LC or the VP. So that's like 12 bucks plus a hose bender is $5 or $6. So it's not that far off of just, you know, doing the setup. And then I like this. I think this hose is going to hold up better than that clear hose. I like that. These always get hard and brittle eventually, so I'm hoping this holds up better. But stick with the channel, guys, like always. I'll be testing it and reporting back. If it sucks, I'll let you guys know it sucks. If it's awesome, I'll let you know it's awesome. I didn't buy any for the shop to try to sell yet because, like I said, I don't know if it's any good. Let me go get the other thing that I'm really excited about. Super pumped about, I'm dungy pumped, I would even say, about these boots from Brunt Workwear. These are the somethings. What are these called? These are the Perkins. They have like a comp toe, I believe. Let me make sure. It is a composition toe, so it's not a steel toe, but it is a hard toe. It's got this outer coating on it that seems good. Full grain real leather, double stitched where it needs to be. Oil and slip resistant soles. It's waterproof throughout. Peace out.
Dave's phone number is somewhere up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. They're lightweight, 160 bucks. They are made in China, so if you're out on that, I get it. I totally agree. In fact, the Keens I'm wearing right now were made in the U.S., so I'm a big fan of stuff made in the U.S., but these guys contact me, want me to test some out, so we're testing them out. I'm gonna let you guys know how they are. I do like their insole system. They comes with like two that stack together, so if you've got like a size 11 like this, but your foot is kind of small, then it will work. If your foot is kind of fat, size 11, you can take one out and it'll fit better. They've got different kind of lacing setup, so you got this set up so you can go through the thing, or you can do the little hooky style for quick lacing. Yeah, I'm excited about them. I'm gonna put them on right now and try them out. As a mechanic who walks around on concrete all day, footwear is a big deal. How long it lasts is a big deal. I don't like spending tons and tons of money on shoes or boots. I also don't like wearing my fancy like climbing, hiking boots. They feel really good, but they're so expensive, I'll tear them up. So these things are gonna get oil all over them, coolant on them, water on them, beat them up on the concrete, all that stuff. First impressions is they seem pretty good. Also, I looked into the company. While they are, yes, built in China, the guy is from the U.S. He designed them. He made them. He seems like a really cool guy. He's just trying to build boots that work, that are not terribly expensive. So, yeah, there we go. Excited about these guys. We'll try them out. Make sure, stay tuned, all that good stuff. We'll be doing lots of videos on these, showing you how they work. Because, no, they're not technically motorcycle related, but they are shop related, and that's what we do here. So, pretty cool. All right, guys, next on the lift is this TTR 230. Honestly, one of the most popular just trail / wife / beginner / just normal dirt bike. Honestly, I love these bikes. It is the replacement for the old TTR 250, and I like them a lot. I've actually owned one. My wife rode one for a little while, and they're good. There's, you know, someone's going to jump in here in the comments and be like, oh, those things are heavy and slow. And yeah, they are heavy and they are slow, but what they were built for, they're perfect. Because they're inexpensive, mellow power, almost completely unbreakable, unless you drain the oil out. And actually, I've seen that done by someone and then run. Obviously not on purpose. and it ran for way longer than it should have before it finally quit. So they are good. They're like the XR of the Yamaha world. And it has been sitting for way too long. It's still got the stock tires, stock grips, little warning stickers, everything. So we need to clean the carburetor, and we're going to do a full service and get this thing ready to rock. So hopefully these folks this year can actually get out and ride the heck out of this thing. So yeah, let's dig in and see what we find. All right, guys, got the carburetor off, and you guys probably can't really see, but there's a film of dried gas in there. This is varnish. So this is going to be pretty sweet, I think. Huh. Actually, not bad. Looks like they drained the gas out of it. It must have just had that thin film in the, Venturi. So that's not bad. But we did just lose that, so we're going to need a new gasket. And we're going to need to run the sucker through the ultrasonic and make sure it's nice and clean. Alright guys, got the carburetor out of the ultrasonic, putting everything back together. It all looks great. I don't need to show you that up close. But I do want to show you something real fast. Good way to test to make sure your needle and seat are sealing before you get it all the way back on the bike, turn the gas on and have it leak, is take a hose. If the hose that was on it doesn't work, just get a hose, put it on there, you blow through it, you can hear, and then you just want to make sure it does all the way seal. And then you can check float height and all that stuff. So you want to make sure that it seals, because this style seat has an O-ring around it. It would leak past that or past the needle, and you could hear it, and you could feel it, because you wouldn't be able to blow, or you'd be able to blow too much through it. So something to check before you put it all back together. So I'm going to put this thing back together. We'll get it on there, make sure this thing starts up. All right, guys, we got the TTR all buttoned back up. It actually runs. I didn't show you the first running. Battery was super dead, so I put a new battery in it. I'm letting it charge up right now. Then we'll fire that thing up, let you guys hear it, make sure it runs really good. I haven't actually test ridden it yet. But while that's charging, I'm going to be working on this 65 Yamaha. We're going to be doing an in-depth top-end video on this. And it actually runs just fine, which is a bit of a surprise considering that. That is disgusting. Super disgusting. Oh, man. Now, to be fair to this gentleman, that could be one really nasty day in the Adobes. If you're in the back, which maybe the kid is with his family, I don't know. But that is horrific. So I'm going to take that out and clean it. And then we're going to start tearing this thing apart. Piston's not here yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get the top end off so that just in case the cylinder needs work, which hopefully that air filter has lots of oil on it and it kept all that stuff out of there. Hopefully it's all good and we can get the cylinder off, and if it needs repair, we can get it sent out before, quickly, and then get everything back fast, get this guy going, because we're dangerously close to being like real riding season here. I've been riding a little bit. If you guys watched the most recent video of me testing the new 6500 kit, we definitely got out and rode, but definitely some snow in some areas. So, all right, guys, got the TTR running, got the battery all charged up. One thing I like to do is when I end up with a bike that had a dead battery or a battery that was low, always want to check the charging system, because, you never know why it's low. This one most likely is because it was sitting for a long time, but always a good idea to check anyway, and it's super fast. So take our meter, we're going to set it to, there we go, volts DC, there we go. Take our leads, there we go. Charging plenty hard, so charging system works. That's good. Now this thing keeps doing this revvy thing. I think it's because the pilot circuit is really tiny on these things. I cleaned it really well, but they take a while to warm up. And so I had the idle screw in a little ways. I think really what you probably need to do on most TTRs is just pull the choke and just let it really warm up before you put the choke in. Otherwise it'll die. So there we go. Now I'm busy filming that in-depth video on the 65. I got the top end up. Let me just show you guys here on the Shlog real fast so you can take a look at what we got going on. There's a cute little YZ65 piston. Everything looks good. Bike looks great. There's the head. Looks like it's a little bit rich, but that's all right. Probably because the kid was not hammering on it, so that's no problem. Stoked, guys. Lots more work coming up, so stick with us. All right, guys, next job on the lift is actually just on the bench. Is this carburetor is out of a KLR 650. Guy took it off to rejet it and clean it. And let me just show you what he found. All right, so the pilot jet lives right down there. From what I hear, it is stripped out. So we're going to confirm that. And I don't know that it's stripped, but it definitely doesn't want to come out. It definitely felt like it, you know, broke loose. You guys heard the little click. So, what? It definitely doesn't want to come out. It's probably got a lot of gummed up stuff. It's probably been sitting. I don't know the whole story behind it, but it's probably got this gummed up stuff, so it's just not sliding out. That's okay. I have a method. All right. Last effort. We got a little drill bit here, and I'm just going to tap it into it, and out she comes. Not stripped. He's gonna be happy because we didn't have to spend a whole bunch of time with that. Now I have seen these get stripped, and so I was worried about that. It gets really interesting trying to get that out of there, but got lucky on this one. You can kind of see, let's see if I can focus. See that kind of brown there at the tip? That's that varnish that was kind of keeping from wanting to slide out. All right, guys, so it's been a week. We've got the 300 that we put the carburetor on. I did clean the choke circuit and put a richer pilot in it. And let's see. Hold on. And hit the choke. Yes! So stoked. So stoked. So I'm not 100% sure if it was just the pilot that sorted it out or if it was cleaning the choke circuit out, but either way, it's working. It's not going to cost him a penny since we already did the work. And, you know, he's been riding it. It wasn't his fault that whatever happened, because like I said, it's brand new carburetor. We got a filter on the fuel line, brand new tank. All the things were brand new when we got done with it. And for some reason, like I said, after a full week of sitting or more, it just wouldn't start unless you tipped it over and got a whole bunch of gas in there. So fixed it. Super happy about that, guys. It makes me really, really happy. Yeah, super stoked about that. All right, guys. So we got the top end all done on the KX or the YZ65, and so I made the in-depth video about that. So check that out. If you really want to learn how to do a top end on this, please check that video out. Share it with your friends. But now we're back to just getting everything else ready. We're going to put a tire on it because that's worn out. But right now I'm putting bark busters on. And after kind of struggling and fighting with this, I was like, I should really show these people how to do this because it's a thing. Especially mini bikes and, well, anything really. People think that bark busters are just put them on and you're good to go. they're not. Full wrap handguards are not always that easy. So let's dive in and show you guys kind of a few tips and tricks on how to do this. All right, so I start with the clamp that goes inboard on the bar. These are fat bars, they're 1.8", so they get wider as they go. These clamps are contoured for that, or they're shaped for that. You can see it gets wider going that way. Same with this, so you want to match that up first of all. You don't want to get those mixed up, and so then you want to match them up on the bar. And the key to all this, guys, is not tightening anything down. What's that? So these are Moose Racing, so you just want to barely start any of the bolts. And we got our ends. Now we're not doing threaded ends because, well, mainly because the kids grow out of these bikes so fast, you just didn't want to spend any extra money on it. I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible idea, but honestly, these things work usually pretty good just with the normal expansion style for kids. Also, the bike's a lot lighter when it hits the ground, doesn't have as much energy, doesn't tend to bend things quite as easily, unless you're my kid, and then everything bends immediately. But, so we're going to slide that in, keep that loose also. Come in here with this one, and we're going to keep it all loose. All right, so now everything on here is super loose, and you can take a plastic headed hammer, tap that in, and then you go around tightening things up. And I like to match it up with the other side, kind of get it to the right height, and just slowly go around and tighten all the bolts. I usually get this one a little bit snug first, then I go to this front one, get it snug, not all the way tight yet. There we go. And then we're going to come to these to hold the clamp. And then I tighten this. And I make sure we're even from side to side, which is not quite. So kind of there we go. There we go. And then we're going to make sure that the throttle tube is inboard of the handguard, because if this tube sticks out and touches this, if you hit, it can bind it up and make the whole thing. You can stick the throttle wide open, all kinds of stuff. So I like to about like that. You can see. Focus. There we go. You can see the bar sticks out just a little bit, and that makes sure no matter how hard you hit this, no matter what it does, it will not bind up the throttle here. So there we go, guys. A little tip on bark busters. Bark busters are not as easy as a lot of people think. You don't just bolt them on. There's a lot of bending, twisting, all that kind of stuff, and just putting all that together loose is one of the keys. Now I'm going to slap that sexy new meat on here, and this bike is going to be ready for this kid to do some wheelies.
Suck your thumb and have a little blanket time. You can do that.
So everybody, if you haven't met Kevin Kendall, this is our Snap-on guy.
This is Morgan's new flannel blanket.
Yeah,
so if you need some
he's
nap
a
time.
thief, like all Snap-on guys. He's a thief. Let me guess. What do I have to buy to get that blanket?
Just one set of wrenches is all.
And how much are those wrenches? What's the cheapest set of wrenches you're gonna?
$356.
Jiminy Christmas!
I know. I can't believe it's such a good deal either.
All of you aspiring mechanics, beware people that look like that.
Buy Snap-on tools. Don't buy anything else.
I like Snap-on tools, but like I also
They are the best.
I'm
Do
broke.
not buy anything
I
else.
have no money
Yeah,
because
do not
of Snap-on.
shortchange yourself and buy something else.
Which one's $300? And
that one.
And it's just no 380.
356.
356. Look, let's see. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 wrenches. They do have gears.
Yeah, they do. 80 tooth gears.
80 tooth gears. How many teeth are these gears?
80.
80. Wow.
These are 60.
If you had
10 in
100,
there.
I want 100 tooth gears, and then I'll buy them.
Yeah. All right. Well, you put 2 of them together, it's 160. That's better than what you even wanted.
Look at that.
Or you can do those.
50% off. Look how jumbled those are.
Those want to get out and make some money. They're trying to get out of there.
Those things are free. Those should be free.
No, really, that is what UPS does for you every day.
Those are Blue Point. That should be like $50.
Wow.
You mechanics out there who watch our channel, please comment below.
Don't buy anything else.
If you also deal with a thief on a weekly basis. No, actually, okay, what's this?
Bushman driver set.
Ooh.
Give you a punch in the eye. How's that for free?
See the
Zach will
abuse?
give you a punch in the
Now
eye.
he
for
already
free.
punched me. What's this? Feeler? Oh, crap!
Feeler gauge.
Damn it.
Oh, then you got
That looks freaking cool.
4 different hands.
Do you guys think I should buy this? Should I buy those?
Those came out either straight or 90.
All right, guys. So I'm servicing a shock, a stock shock from KTM, and I just want to show you something. So I've taken the bolt out of here, let the nitrogen out, but when I do this, it pops back up all by itself. Hold on, I'll do that again. The reason is because there's nitrogen in that oil, and this is the piston style. I mean, I'm going to show you how foamy it is here in a second, but this is the piston style, guys. So, and it's been a lot of hours. It's been over 100 hours on this, so that's why it's doing that. It's not just the bladder style that does this. It's not just, everybody says it's the bladder style that leaks and the piston's better and all this stuff, but I can't even get that out. So this is going to be honestly a bit interesting, and see if we can't release the pressure so we can get this thing out, because it is not happening. Oh yeah. Check it out. Yeah, look at that. That is for real. There we go. We got it out. Got the pressure out, so now it's going to be a lot easier to take this apart. Yeah, I'm going to need to take that cam off and take a look at those O-rings on that piston, because that's not awesome. I think it was just time, you know, and it leaked past this O-ring like it does through the nitrogen bladder. All right, guys, it's the end of the week, end of the Shlog. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Punk Rock Club, I love you more than I love everyone else. All you other people, I love you too. It's just less than the Punk Rock Club. I have a little bit of work to do on my 300, so it's ready for the next ride. And quick update, it is still the best bike I've ever owned. I think it's incredible. I did have a little blinky code situation on the last ride. If you guys watched that video, it turns out it was a false code for ignition coil fault. I took it to the dealer, they plugged it in, cleared it, no codes. I don't know, some weird glitch going on. I'm going to take the tank off and make sure I don't have like a loose connection on the ignition coil, but the bike ran perfectly, so anyway, who knows. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys spending time with us. It really does mean the world. If you're new here, you just saw this and you lasted all the way to the end of this, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of our videos. And stick with us, man. We do all kinds of cool stuff. We show you cool mechanic stuff. We do ride videos, we review videos, instructional videos, all that good stuff. I think it's pretty rad here. I love you guys. Thanks so much.